Hi, folks. The NBA regular season rolls on. This game... A decent chunk into the season now. At what point are you starting to feel the aches and pains?
Well, let me think about that. It all depends, BA, on your service time in the league. How many miles do you have on your wheels? For older guys, it only takes a few games. For the younger guys, they're on autopilot and they just go, go, go.
And now the opening lineup from Mexico City. They've got James, and it's Whitehead in at the shooting guard position. Henderson left side. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Yeah, even though he's 6'2", Henderson is best attacking on the interior.
Has to be trained. Here's Smooth. Here's Whitehead. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Down to 5 on the shot clock. James passes to B-Train. Fades. It's hauled in by Henderson. And so Henderson will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
First team foul.
Pass to Avdia. To the inside. Here's Ayton. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Gotta be careful how you guard Ayton. He's so creative at finding ways to draw fouls.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
2 shots.
Good on the second one. Here's Smooth. Coming off a terrific game against Cleveland. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Grimes. And he buries his first look.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Whitehead. He's been contributing over 15 a game. Now, here is James. 6 on the shot clock, and it's in there.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Henderson. He had a 30-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. James against Henderson. Pass to Smooth. And there's the screen. High arcing shot, and Ayton pulls it down.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And here's the fast break. Here's Smooth. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Smooth's got 6. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Here's Grimes. Outside for Henderson. From the top of the key. Mexico City with a rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
No doubt. That game tells you what kind of team they are. They weren't at their best that night and still got the win.
They were better than the box score might indicate because they were solid in execution, more so than the stats would show.
Portland trailing here. Pass to Kamari. And here's Henderson going inside. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
An athleticism on display there by Henderson. Just an acrobatic move to finish the play.
Mexico City has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here is Freeman Liberty. Has to be trained. Shot clock at 6. For three, James connects from downtown.
Going up with confidence, working to keep the defense honest.
And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by one. This game against Mexico City here. It's their first meeting of the season.
And they'll meet 3 times overall. A little bit of a tone setter here tonight.
First time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better. That could make it easier down the road.
Now a timeout called by Mexico City.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
And the standings for the NBA Cup starting to come into focus.
Yeah, but there's still time to make a push. We'll just have to wait and see which teams are able to punch their ticket to the knockout round.
Pass to Freeman Liberty. Here's Whitehead. Here's Smooth. He's got 6. And it's blocked. And so the ball out of bounds. Ayton tucks it last. Clock at 6. Here's Smooth. That falls. Nice feed that time from James.
3 points.
James has got 3 assists tonight. Portland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Avdia from outside. And it's Whitehead with a rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Here's Smooth. And Ayton pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. Here's Avdia. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Smooth. 9 points in the game. Here's Whitehead. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback. Neither side willing to relent.
That's led to 8 lead changes and a bunch of drama already.
Here's Kamare. No made baskets yet from 6 feet away. Ayton with a bucket inside.
Looks like I'm starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here is Freeman Liberty. Here's Smooth. Consistent production from him, averaging around 27.5 points a game.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Now here's Henderson. Give him 8 points now. Ayton with a screen. Down low. And Ayton with the stuff.
But I like that decision from Henderson, giving up the rock.
Mexico City has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Pass to Freeman Liberty. To the middle. Here's Smooth. And that one is hammered home.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Mexico City, they've gone 8 for 14 from the floor. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Smooth. Here's Whitehead. He buries it from 3. And now it's a 4-point Mexico City lead.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Ayton passes to Grimes. Can't get it to fall. Mexico City has gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. And there's James from the arc.
Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
Avdia passes to Henderson. Here's Kamare. Checked by James. Pass to Kamare. From deep. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Mexico City leading by 4. To the paint. Here is Freeman Liberty, still without a bucket. Here's Smooth. Pass to Freeman Liberty. The three, James. Portland with a rebound. Hayden's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Kamari, averaging around 6 a game. Opthia can't get it to go. Here's Freeman Liberty. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Mexico City?
Well, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Goodwin's checked in for Portland. Anthony Simons comes in for Camara. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. And some changes here for Portland. Avdia comes in for Ayton, and it's Melton in for Grimes. Pass to Avdia. Henderson scanning the floor. Simons has the open look. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
You're such an assertive shooter. Simons has his feet planted and just hits. You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Bates. And once again, off the mark, Mexico City. Blazers trail by 4. Henderson, the pass to Goodwin. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for Mexico City. Banked it in off the glass.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Off the outside. Pass to Simons. Fires the three. Fires in the triple. Simons has got 5.
You can't give Simons any room from that corner spot.
Here is Irving. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Goodwin. Off the outside. There's a minute 17 left in the opening quarter. Here's Simons. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Lets a 3 fly. Knocks down the triple.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Blazers trail by 3. Henderson outside. Another 3 for Portland.
The response from Scoop and answer 3. What a back and forth. Oh, my.
And the 3 off target. Well, the Trailblazers shooting a terrific 58% to start the game. Excellent numbers. 24 seconds left in the opening quarter. Melton outside. 5 on the clock. They set the screen. Nails it from 3. And now a 3-point Trailblazer lead.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment.
Elbow shot on the way, and there it is for him. 5 points in the game.
They keep trading punches. Both teams in the groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And so it's Scoot Henderson making highlights for Portland. 11 points in the quarter. He's and close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead of the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Portland.
Well, what I love is the tremendous belief in their bench. They were looking for points, and their reserves delivered.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
On the court for Mexico City, they've got James, and it's Freeman Liberty in at the 4.
This close in, Simons is consistent. The defense really can't allow him to find that look.
Here's Smooth. Inside. Here's Betray. It's rebounded by Goodwin. Portland leading by 3. Pass to Simons. Puts it up from 12. Mexico City with a rebound. Following this game, they host the Magic. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time.
Kamara, he's checked in from Portland. The floater, it's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Mexico City shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Clark, a lot of NBA pundits like to issue bold preseason predictions. I don't think you fall into that camp.
Yeah, I'm a little more measured in that regard, BA. I like to base my predictions on stuff that's real, not stuff that might be real. But I understand the need to try to speculate and anticipate. There's so much that's unforeseen and unpredictable that it really is difficult to make guarantees or predictions with any basis in fact until some games have been played.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Avdia passes to Melton. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
That's too easy for Melton. The defense has to offer more resistance there.
Pass to Freeman Liberty. To the paint. Tipped. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Simons passes to Goodwin. Back to Simons. Just 5 to shoot. Blocked! Pass to Freeman Liberty. Here's Betray, defended by Avdia. Here's Smooth. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Pass to Kamari. Melton outside. Now here's Simons. Tight defense on her. To the inside. Tipped. James deciding where to go with it. Nails it from beyond the arc. James has got 6 points.
Slow defensive rotation causing a breakdown along the perimeter. And they're one of the better rebounding teams in the league. Top 10 in the NBA on the boards. Their bigs have used their length to seal the glass.
And going back to the steals numbers, they've done a great job putting constant pressure on the ball handlers. No one gets to relax when these guys are around.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Here's Smooth. 17 points in the game. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Now Avdia. Here's Goodwin. Got a piece of it. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now, here is James. That's tipped. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Trailblazers. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Anthony Simons.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Scoot Henderson's checked in for Portland. Pass to Kamari. Back to Henderson. And there's a pick. And they call an illegal screen here. And the upcoming schedule for Mexico City. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Orlando Magic. And then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that game against San Antonio, a win for them in that one would be huge. Lots of bragging rights when you take down the top team in the league.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Melton's checked in. Whitehead, shot is good.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Henderson outside. To halt the run. That one is off.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
It's stolen by Henderson. To the middle. Melton passes to Henderson. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Here is Freeman Liberty, a reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. Here's Smooth. And it goes as the official calls the foul. And he'll shoot one more at the line. Mexico City shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Grimes, he's checked in for Melton. Bates is checked in for Mexico City. And that one misses.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Here's Goodwin. Right now, he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Unreal play to take on the contact and get it to go.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
And Mexico City with possession. They're on a 16-5 run. Pass to Smooth. Here is Freeman Liberty. On target from range. Freeman Liberty's got 5 now.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Here's Goodwin. He has 6. Here's Grimes. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Freeman Liberty. Back to James. Here's Grimes. Check by James. Avdia with it. Making a mark on the offensive end. Scoring around 13 a game. Pass to Grimes. Back to Avdia. Launches it. Smooth grabs the miss. Smooth's got 4 rebounds in the game. Now James. Here's B-Train. It's rebounded by Goodwin.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
Grimes, the pass to Simons. Here's Goodwin. Now here's Henderson. He's got 11, and he drops it in from the low post.
When everything clicks for Henderson, you're going to see a lot of nights like this.
Now Now a timeout called by Mexico City. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of hype. You've lived through that. How does it affect the young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Thompson, he's checked in for Abdia. And he's going for the oop here. Pass to Bates. He tries for three. Thompson pulls it in. Blazers trail by 9. Grimes, the pass to Simons. Here's Grimes. Three-pointer. He hits that one. 2 for 5 now.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's Smooth. He's got 19. George outside. Has to be Train. Here's Bates. Shot from the wing. And he misses again. Now 0 for 3. Simons up top. He's coming off a 19-point game against San Antonio.
And he played cat and mouse with the defense, baiting them into fouls, working himself to the line.
Here's Bates. And it's good. First made shot in 4 attempts.
It's simple. The closer you are to the hoop, the better your chance to score.
And here's Simons. He has 7. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Now looking at the 2K leaderboard, specifically which teams have created a lot of turnovers and cashed in on the other end during the last 10 games.
They've turned up the heat defensively over this last stretch, trying to force more turnovers. That's been their game.
Mexico City making a switch here. And he makes both free throws.
They've scored really well this quarter. Keep it up, and they'll find themselves right back in it.
Now Irving. Tries it from 16. Here's George. And Grimes pulls it down. Blazers trail by 6. Simons outside. Thompson in the post. George defending. There's Simons with a 3. Mexico City with a rebound. They've led by as many as 11.
If this quarter is any indication, he's not going to be the guy to turn this game around in their favor.
Here's Irving. It's deflected. Thompson passes to Simons. Back to Thompson. Pass to Grimes. The layup misses.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Irving, the pass to George. Back to Irving. There's a screen. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work. And there's 1:38 left in the 2nd period. Pass to Goodwin. Here's Henderson. There's Simons with a 3. Knocks it down from distance. Simons got 10 points.
And over the course of a season, this is one of Simon's strengths, his efficiency from range.
Left side Irving. Here's Carr. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving.
Hey, in today's NBA game, I think you have to stretch the floor if you're going to be competitive and give yourself the best chance to win. They have loads of confidence from three-point land right now.
Henderson outside. Thompson with a screen. There's the triple. Henderson misses.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
Irving looking around. Pass to Bates. 6 to shoot. Carr. And a miss there on the triple.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Henderson, the pass to Goodwin. Buries it down low. Give him 8 points now.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
And so it's Mexico City leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. Back after this.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
And for that matchup with the Jazz, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they gotta.
And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Portland Trail Blazers. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Avdia. Then it's Henderson, and it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups. Henderson for 3. Hits the trifecta. Henderson's got 16 points.
There's something Henderson is still working on, getting his three-point shot to be a little more consistent.
Whitehead passes to Smooth. Oh, there's the alley! And an emphatic jam on the lob.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a 10-point pass.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Mexico City leading by 5. It's James on the wing. Down low. Oh, Ayton with the block.
Yeah, Ayton has all the physical gifts of a great shot blocker. Size, length, and agility.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Pass to Freeman Liberty. Over to the wing. Here's Smooth. Defended by Avdia. It's tipped. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Henderson outside. Back to Avdia. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Freeman Liberty. Freeman Liberty's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Smooth. 19 points in the game. Pass to B-Trade. Oh, rejected by Ayton.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Avdia finds Henderson. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. From downtown, Mexico City with a rebound. Smooth's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Henderson. He's got 16. Pass to Kamari. Back to Henderson. Throws it up high. Deflected. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. And a miss there off the inbound.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Pass to Aiden. Here's Grimes. 5 points in the game.
Not his best night, and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
Out to the wing. Here's Smooth. Here's B-Trade. They swipe it. To the paint. Avdia passes to Aiden. Avdia with it. Just 5 on the clock. To the left wing. They still need this. Grimes' shot is off.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Pass to Smooth. And there's the lob. Stolen by Aiden. Now here's Avdia. Henderson outside. Aiden with a screen. Henderson misses.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Cuts off the pass. Here's Kamari. No points so far. Pass to Henderson. Here's Grimes. Back to Henderson. Here's Kamari. Pure from three-point range.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
Now a timeout called by Mexico City.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. You look at Mexico City. Already they're on the outside looking in. 9th place in the conference. And, of course, Portland, only 2 spots back. To the right side. Out to the right wing. Here's Whitehead. Off target from three-point range. Blazers trail by 5. Here's Grimes. He's got 5. Henderson for 3. Another 3 for Portland.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
James outside. Inside. Here's Smooth. The shot's good on the assist by James. Smooth's got 24.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
The outside. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. And the Blazers making a change here. Simons checked in. Bates is checked in for Mexico City. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Mexico City.
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. Coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
Back to Simons for the lead. Hits a three-pointer. Simons got 13. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
Screen by James. It's James on the wing. Bates the pass to James. Shot clock at 6. There's the 3. Smooth's shot is good. Smooth's got 8 points here in the quarter.
He's taking what he can get here, has a 3 in each half.
It's Avdia on the wing. Pass to Grimes. Another one falls for Portland.
When you look at how they've come out in the second half, it's almost like night and day.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Now a timeout called by Mexico City. You look at Scoot Henderson. What a contribution.
He's on another level right now. knocking down threes left and right. The defense isn't doing their job, and I think they've got to talk about it quickly.
And since we have a second here, let's see which teams have dominated the offensive glass and second chance opportunities this season.
You've got to respect the work ethic of these guys on the offensive glass. They don't give up on possessions and hit the boards with aggression.
Pass to Smooth. They set a pick. To the middle. Here's Petray. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Pass to Freeman Liberty. Over Avdia. Offensive rebound. Here's Petray. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Shoots from 12. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Henderson's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Yeah, very efficient shooter from inside the arc. Henderson can beat you in a plethora of ways.
Here's Petray, defended by Avdia. Petray, no good. Oh, wow, guys, this does not look good. We've got an injury here.
Yeah, that type of injury is always worrisome. Hopefully, he's okay.
You're exactly right. I mean, with the way it looks, what we have to hope for now is that somehow it's not a long-term issue.
Goodwin's checked in for Portland. Portland leading. Henderson outside to the left side wing. Here's Goodwin. Here's Grimes. Counted from distance. Grimes has got 10 points in the game.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
The 10-footer. Pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Whitehead. The 3 sinks the tray. 13 points in the game.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Simons passes to Goodwin. Fades away. The bank shot, no good.
When you're wide open like that, no need to fade away.
To the wing, right side.
Trailblazers foul.
Mexico City making the switch here.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Pass to Carr. Here's Bates.
Running into the third. 2 minutes.
Outside Irving. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Simons. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. Irving's got his second bucket on the night. And the Trailblazers shooting 46%, a decent average so far. All right, a chance to check up on Denny Avdia's status. What do you have, Allie?
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer of the Trailblazers was able to update me on the situation. He said there's a bit of weakness at the wrist area, but so far no sign of any broken bones. They're certainly thinking player safety first, so they'll likely err on the side of caution, but it does change their plans a bit.
Well, and Allie, it appears that he needs some work done before he comes back to this one.
And we all know that if it's something he can play through, he'll be back, no doubt.
Grimes, the pass to Simons. Out left to the wing. Here's Goodwin. And George with some nice D. Mexico City has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. And the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
8th in rebounding. And in the category of free throw shooting, they're in the top half of the league. I wouldn't call it a strength, but they're not giving away too many points at the line.
And working their way into the top 10 for second chance points bucket speaks to this squad's commitment to scoring on every offensive possession. They want points every trip down. Sissoko, he's checked in for Portland. Scoot Henderson comes in for Grimes. 4 on the clock. Irving, the pass to Mills. Knocked loose. And they're pushing it up. Here's Henderson. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Henderson's got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, just a stunning play by Henderson, speeding away all on his own.
Outside Irving. 15 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Clock at 6. Portland grabs the miss. Goodwin's got his 5th rebound in this one. He hit it!
Whoa! The heave to beat the buzzer. Woo.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Mexico City ahead, up 1. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the court for Mexico City, we've got George, and it's Mills in at the point. Pass to Bates. To the inside. Simons with a steal. Henderson outside. Launches a 3. Smooth grabs the miss. Smooth's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Takes the 3. They get it again. Mills with the bucket. Mills has gotten his first bucket of the night.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Henderson for 3. Again, the miss by Portland.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Outside Mills. Here's Bates. Simons with a rebound.
Trying to close out. You gotta know who's hot and who's not.
The drive by Henderson. Soft touch off the glass. Henderson's got 12 points in just the second half.
Attacking the hoop. That is Scoot Henderson's bread and butter. Unstoppable when he's going downhill.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Here's Kamari. And he banks it home with one hand. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Here's Smooth. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Smooth's got 29 points.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
And here's Simons outside. Mexico City with a rebound. They've led by as many as 11. Smooth, pass to Bates. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Simons. George. And George with the jam.
Assisted by
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. With the teardrop. And the layup is up and in. Smooth's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
They set the pick. Simons outside. Knocks down the long J. Simons has got 11 points here in the second half.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
And here's George. Here's Bates. Out to the right wing. And he gets that one.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
And it's Henderson with the ball for the Trailblazers. 2-point game. Simons outside. Mexico City with a rebound. Smooth's got rebound number 11. Pass to Bates. Oh, from deep. It's rebounded by Goodwin. Goodwin's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
Now Henderson connects on the foul line jumper. Henderson's got 27 points.
And just slippery with the ball in his hands. Henderson will dissect you off the dribble.
Here's Smooth. There's the steal. Melton finds Simons.
Away team foul.
Ayton, he's checked in for Portland. Grimes comes in for Henderson. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Chauncey Billups had some advice for the team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, with Melton, you get a lot. You get floor spacing, steals, you can play both guard positions, and he's a good rebounder for his size, too.
Anthony Melton.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
Simons with it, picked up by James. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
I mean, it was amazing to see Simons' progression in his first few NBA seasons. He got better every single year.
Taking 2 shots.
And so Simons nails both of them. For Mexico City, they've gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Pass to James from the arc. Portland with a rebound. Ayton's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Goodwin, 3-pointer. Again, the miss by Portland. Here's Smooth. Melton covers. The shot by James, no good. Trailblazers lead by 3. Melton outside. Pass to Ayton. Ayton gets a double team. Simons with it. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Simons got 25 points in the game.
He's just showing off tonight. Simons, an explosive scorer with great energy.
Here's the pick. Here's Freeman Liberty. And once again, off the mark, Mexico City.
Can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
Here's Grimes. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Second personal foul.
All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Portland?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
They're very fresh, but also at the defensive end, how about the way they've been able to deny shot opportunities? Just tearing the opposition up in terms of denials.
Kamara, he's checked in for Portland. Scoot Henderson comes in for Simons. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Here's B-Trey. Shot clock at 6. Henderson against James. B-Trey. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Back to Henderson. Here's Grimes. Pass to Goodwin. B-Train clears it away. For Mexico City, they've gone just 6 of 14 in this final quarter. Here is Freeman Liberty. Here's B-Train. James outside. Here's B-Train. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Now here's Ayton. He's guarded closely. Oh, nice shot by Grimes. Grimes has got 4 points in the quarter.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
James outside. Pass to Smooth. And he lobs it up top. Now the Blazers moving it up. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Henderson.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
Here's Smooth. Screen by James. Nice move. Rebounded by Kamari. Portland leading by 5. Grimes, the pass to Henderson. They set the pick. For 3. Mexico City with a rebound. B-Train's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Now a timeout called by Mexico City. Mexico City has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the 4th. 0 for 4. Smooth. Pass to B-Train. Here's Smooth. The shake. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
He's a taller guy for the 1 spot. And as we just saw, he puts that length to good use.
And the free throw, no good. Here's Grimes. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
3rd personal foul.
Mexico City shooting 44% here in the 4th quarter. The teardrop. Got a hand on it. Pass to Goodwin. And here's Ayton. Henderson for 3. Sends it home from 3-point land. And now a 9-point Portland lead.
And he's so quick to react. Henderson has the shot lined up before the ball even gets to him.
1:49 left in the 4th quarter. And once again, off the mark, Mexico City.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Here's the 3. Goodwin, no good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Portland leading by 9. Pass to Ayton. Henderson outside. Ayton with a screen. 4-3. And it's Henderson with a 3. Henderson's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Trailblazers.
They had excellent production from the bench.
This team has strong depth, and in this game, it showed.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Scoot Henderson.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Here's Grimes. So it's Portland picking up the win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A.